Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, where we peel back the palace curtains and tell the stories the British tabloids wish you'd never hear. Today, buckle up, because Buckingham Palace has found itself in yet another embarrassing tangle. This time over something as simple as a courtesy update. Yes, a courtesy. The one thing the Windsors have never once shown Meghan and Harry, but now want credit for rejecting. Let's talk about how Prince Harry's grown-man international schedule has the palace scrambling like pigeons in Trafalgar Square. Life isn't a straight line. Sometimes you must choose between tradition and forging your own way. Prince Harry chose the untrodden path, sending shockwaves through the world he left behind. Now he stands for purpose over palace. This isn't just about royals. It's about a son, a father, and a brother. It's about the weight of history and the hope of a new dawn. Our story begins with a simple plan. Prince Harry travelling to Toronto not for leisure, but to honour Remembrance and stand with veterans. As a veteran himself, this was a duty, not a performance. Out of respect, his team sent a courtesy update to Buckingham Palace. It wasn't a request for permission, just a professional heads-up. This is standard practice, informing, not asking. But the palace's reaction was anything but standard. Reports painted outrage and betrayal, twisting respect into defiance. The palace, through the press, claimed to be blindsided and furious. They framed Harry as a rogue prince, challenging the king's authority. The gesture was misinterpreted, deliberately. The real conflict? The difference between a courtesy update and a request for permission. Harry acted as a confident equal. The palace saw a runaway royal. Their outrage wasn't about protocol, it was about losing control. Harry's professionalism highlighted a shift. He no longer needed their approval. The palace's panic revealed a deeper fear. They no longer held the strings. This was more than a breach of etiquette. It was a sign of independence. And that, more than anything, shook the crown. To understand the palace's anxiety, we must talk about the uniform. For Harry, military service isn't a costume. It's his identity. He's Captain Wales, the man who flew under fire, who earned respect on the battlefield. His bond with the armed forces is real, forged in Afghanistan. This credibility can't be inherited. It's earned. That's what makes him powerful and threatening to the royal establishment. When Harry stands with veterans, he's one of them, not just a prince. His work with the Invictus Games is proof. He built a legacy outside royal duties. The palace liked the soldier prince image when it suited them. But a prince who operates independently? That's a problem. Harry's respect in the military world is based on merit, not birthright. His Toronto trip reminded everyone his most significant role is soldier, not prince. He connects with veterans in ways the institution never could. The palace's fury wasn't about an email. It was about seeing Harry thrive in his true element. The uniform he earned means more to many than the titles he left behind. Let's draw a contrast. While Harry was in Toronto, engaged in real work, Prince William's life was a series of choreographed appearances. Ribbon cuttings and speeches keep the monarchy visible. But what's the substance? Compare a banquet speech to the raw energy of the Invictus Games. Harry's work changes lives. He's building, healing, not just showing up. This difference exposes the insecurity at the palace. Harry's actions highlight the hollow nature of many royal engagements. He proves purpose is more powerful than position. His success as a private citizen is an uncomfortable mirror for the monarchy. Every achievement is seen as criticism of their chosen path. The palace's reaction was about more than control. It was fear that Harry's way is more meaningful, more modern, and more real. When threatened, the institution turns to its oldest ally, the press. After Harry's courtesy update, the media machine spun into action. Headlines painted him as defiant and attention-seeking. They claimed he was building a rival court, ignoring his desire for privacy. Unnamed sources fueled the drama, making Harry the aggressor. His decade of service was ignored. The focus was on manufactured conflict. The goal: undermine his credibility and isolate him from public support. But many saw through the spin, recognizing the pattern of attack. The press was the weapon, but the hand wielding it was desperate. Their attempt to control the narrative only revealed how little control they had left. Why did a simple email trigger such panic? The answer is fear. Not fear of protocol, but fear of irrelevance. The monarchy survives on the illusion of necessity. Harry, thriving outside the fold, shatters that illusion. He proves dignity and purpose aren't bestowed by a crown, but built through action. Every life he touches is another crack in the institution's facade. The palace has lost control of him, and the narrative. The courtesy update scandal was the moment their fear boiled over. The fury wasn't about Harry's actions, but what his success represents. So, we reach the end of today's story, but not the journey. This so-called scandal is a symbol of a larger shift: old ways clashing with new. True strength isn't in clinging to power, but in letting go. Harry chose to honour duty by forging his own path. He shows us it's possible to serve and find purpose on your own terms. Was the palace's denial honest, or just another spin? What we saw: a man acting with dignity, and an institution reacting with panic. The story of Harry is the story of anyone daring to write their own unwritten chapter. My darlings, leave a comment and tell me, do you think the palace actually didn't receive the message? Or do you think they're pretending not to, just to undermine Harry? And please, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another episode of Meghan and Harry Tales, where we keep the receipts crisp and the truth hotter than royal tea spilled on a wool coat. I love you all. See you in the next one.